Hi, everyone. Welcome back. The latest Carson's Take 5 is here. Sonu, it's almost the spooky month, the month of October. So that's what we're going to talk about. Will there be an October surprise? I'll set the stage, Sonu, and hand it to you in a second. Historically, October is the most volatile month. It doesn't mean the most bearish month. I'll be very clear, but it is the most volatile. We get, for whatever reason, big swings. You think October 1929, October of 2008. There have been some other Octobers that have been extremely volatile. And now, Sonu, it's an election year. I'll talk a little about election stuff maybe after you go. But could we see what could be the surprise this October? It feels like every October there's some surprise. What do you think it could be?
I don't know. I need to surprise myself because I haven't decided what I'm going to dress up as for Halloween.
There you go.
I need to think of something.
You
But
know what?
no,
I should dress up as you, and you should dress up as me. Although, well, I'm probably not allowed to dress up as you. But anyway, that'd be kind of funny. Yeah. Anyway, go
it
ahead.
would be funny. And then show up and do this, right?
Yep, that's
We
right.
just
That's
switch
right.
roles. But I feel like we switch roles all the time because you
And
talk
sometimes
about
we
the
do.
economy, I talk about markets too.
Yep.
Look, yeah, like you said, October has been volatile. And now we have an election, November 5th. So there is some
Yeah.
uncertainty around that. But I think big picture is that, look, the market's up to new record highs.
Mhm.
I think all three indices, whether it's the S&P 500, the Dow, and the Nasdaq, are close to record highs. And you look at what's driving them to these record highs, it's profits, right?
Yep.
And at the end of the day, why do we care about the economy? Because, profits come from the economy, right? One person's spending is another person's or business's revenue. And that's where profits come from, right? So that's why we spend so much of time as a cottage industry to, oh, is there going to be a recession or not? But profit growth has been strong. And that's another thing for October. Earnings season starts again. And then we get, it's always nice. Okay, we want to find out how much companies made in the last quarter, but it's really their guidance that's important, right? And so far, here's one stat. I think there are less CEOs who are usually very optimistic about their own company prospects, but they're usually pessimistic about the economy because they
Right.
want to show that, oh, we're doing well despite everything else, right? So I get that. I get that incentive. But yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see what they say. But most CEOs are now not thinking about a recession.
Well, that's good news. And CEOs obviously have their ears to the ground. A lot of small businesses have been a little more optimistic, which historically has done a little bit better, at least predicting the economy than what the economists out there would say. But that's a great point about earnings. So keep it simple. Forward S&P 500 earnings going out 12 months hit another new high just recently. We continue to see strong corporate profits, strong profit margins. But I'll bring it back to October for a second here. So listen, the time we're recording this, the S&P has been up nine of the last 10 months, potentially going to be higher in September, which would be 10 of the last 11. So listen, it's been a heck of a run, everyone. Let's just be very real. Stocks don't always go up. Right? We've been bullish. We've been saying they're probably going to go up. That's great. But we're going to eventually have a down month. It's how this works. And October, for whatever reason, is in an election year the worst month of the year. Think about the last couple elections. We've had some volatility ahead of the elections, the uncertainty ahead of elections. Markets can take bad news. Markets can take good news. Markets don't like uncertainty. As we get closer to this election, I think it's all we're going to focus on. We're probably going to have some volatility. Just think about the last couple of comments here. Early August, we had a lot of volatility with the yen carry trade unwind. Early September, a lot of volatility, worries about the Fed and the inflation and the economy, all that stuff. Whatever it was, we've had two big pullback, well, not big pullback, but two violent, scary pullbacks in a short time frame just in the last couple of months. Probably going to see another one this October. But Sonu, what you're telling me is if we have one of those, maybe it's normal, but the economy can withstand it. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, so far so good. And plus, we spent enough of time talking about it, so we won't go into it. The Federal Reserve's cutting rates,
Yep.
and they're putting a floor on the economy. They're essentially trying to say we're backstopping the economy. And I think that's another tailwind, right? Tailwind for sectors like housing or borrowing, things like that. So I think that's there. And then, there is October, which is volatile, but I think November, December, January tends to be pretty positive, right? So there's that to look forward to, I think.
Well, you're right. The three strongest months of the year are November, December, and January historically. And in an election year, November is actually the strongest month. So you have the weakest month and the strongest month. So we'll just see how it all shakes out. But the bottom line, the Fed is now cutting. You can listen to last week's Take 5. We really dove into that. And that could continue to spur economic growth, continue to spur business growth as well. economy's strong, profits are strong. We've had a heck of a run. It's been still a bull market, but some volatility could be in store this October. And the biggest thing I guess we have to worry about is what we're going to dress up as for Halloween, because we still think this is a structural bull market and we're going to avoid a recession. So with all that, everyone, there's probably going to be an October surprise. When it happens, do not panic. Know that we're still in a bull market is our overall take. We'll see everybody next week. This is your latest Carson's Take 5. Will there be an October surprise? See you next week. Thank you.